Okay. So today I read Abhidhamma Vibhavanitika. Mhm. Wait a minute, please. I don't know. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. So last week, actually, we finished, but I didn't satisfy myself in explanation about some points. So then I read again. In the Abhidhammata Vibhavanitika. Yeah. So that is a commentary. Yeah. As explaining uh, the Abhidhammata Sangaha. Yeah. Abhidhammata Vibhavanitika. Yeah. So here, the original is the ta, he, di, yeah, but uh, you are not learning in Pali. We don't need. I just put it here, not to forget that. Yeah. So asawa, we talk about the asawa. So asawa pervade. Yeah, till the lineage of Godrabu. Yeah, till the lineage of Godrabu. That is not complicated. Yeah. So till the lineage of Godrabu, the asawa, yeah, pervade. And as sorry, no. This one isn't nothing too complicated. Asawa pervade up to the topmost most of planes. Neva Sanya, Nasanya Irana. It's easy, yeah, to understand. Yeah. So uh, start from the Neva Sanya, Nasanya, the highest plane. Yeah. The highest plane. So there is only Logotra Nibbana. Yeah. As to Dhamma, in the Tika, the sub-commentary, Dhammato are Godrabo. Yeah, Dhammato. So as to the Dhamma, are Godrabo till the lineage of, change of lineage, Godrabo. So only that one, a little bit difficult to understand. So again, in the Tika, the continue explaining regarding this. Although it is said that the Danes, asawa, flow up to the Godrabu, they don't pervade as accompanying factors. But this is, you know, the we usually explain in this way, but I don't see this the exact meaning in the Tika. Yeah. So maybe my teachers explain like that. So then I take that. Then maybe that's a little bit problem. Yeah. So asawa, last week we see like a parikama, upachara, anuloma, kodrabu. Is it after that maga? Yeah, maga. Okay. So as to Dhamma, till the change of lineage. So in Tika, Kudra Bhumi cha Aramana Buddhe. So the right translation is the Gudrabu itself, the object of the can be the object of the asawa. Yeah. So Gudrabhumi Aramana Buddhe. So it means the Gudrabu can be the object of the asawa. But Nibbana and Logottara is not like that. So this is the right translation. Yeah. So in this way, it is more clear, I think. So so Godrabu, this one is about to change from the Putojana to Arya. Yeah, Putojana to Arya. But even though this is the borderline, yeah, between Putojana and Arya, but it's still included in the uh, ordinary ordinary uh, ordinary parts. Yeah. So that's why so good Rabu is still the karma or lokia. So then if it something is lokia, that can be object of the asava. So it means that. Okay. Do you understand what is it? So another thing, what uh, if I clarify in this way, so in this Dhamma process, there is only two fields or two parts, Lokiya and Lokodara. Yeah, Lokodara. So where is the Gudrabu? Gudrabu is still in this part, not in this part, in the Lokodara parts. So that's why it is in the region of the Asawa. Yeah. So that's I think is more clear. Okay. So this one not difficult to understand. Yeah. So let's continue. Asawa we have already finished. Yeah. I think one thing I forgot is that this is like the Samojaya is a introduction of the Yamaka, you know. So do you know Yamaka? And that's Sally Aganyani knows that the Yamaka is a part of the Abhidhamma. So in the Yamaka, Asawa Dhamma, Anasawa Dhamma. So then if you understand Samojaya, then you understand the Yamaka in some parts, yeah, not partially understand. Asawa Dhamma in the Yamaka. So then you know that, oh, Asawa Dhamma, Kamasawa, Bhavasawa, Detasawa, Avijasawa. So what is a Kamasawa? So it's a loba, eight-rooted consciousness or something like that. So this, uh, uh, so understanding the Samojaya will be helpful to understand the Yamaka. It's a further uh, teachings of the Abhidhamma. And also in the Patana too, this kind of usage, you need to know that, yeah? Okay, so that's why Samojaya can be regarded as the introduction of the further studies of the Abhidhamma. Okay, so Kamasawa is, I think we have finished. No need to repeat. So Oga. So Oga and Asawa the same. Only the terms are different. Yeah. So Kamasawa is here used as the Kamoga. Yeah. And also definition also change. The flat of in Asawa, the dance of sensual desire, and Boga and Boa and Oga. For people who don't know the Pali, let me tell you a little bit. Here is a combination of the Kama and Oga. Yeah, Oga. So according to the Pali grammar, so this one is assimilated and Kamoga. Yeah, so the rest the same. So Boga, Boa, and Oga, the flat of existence, and Detoga, the flat of round view, Avijoga, the flat of ignorance. In Myanmar, in the religious music, the music composer, they use orga a lot in Myanmar, you know, and Kamoga, Bawoga, Daytoga, Awijoga, something like that. So this, the um, they don't use a lot the usage of the asawa and yoga. So only orga. Maybe because the artists they like the orga, the name orga, because the name orga is uh, um, the whirlpool, yeah? Whirlpool pulls everything that falls into, yeah? So a lot of people, the a lot of material things attract them and they lost the way in the material thing or something like that. And also they attach to sensual pleasure like a girl or boy and then they lost the way. So that's why they use this organ. Okay, so what is organ? The swift current of whirlpool pulls everything that falls into it away and drowns it entirely. So in the same way, the current of flat beginning with Gamoga drowns all beings in the cycle of existence samsara without letting them escape. So thus, Kamoga, etc. are called Oga. It should be understood as an ultimate reality. Yeah, Dhamma do. Yeah, it's a Dhamma body. Sometimes we see the Dhamma body. Uh, in the same way in Asawa. So this one not very difficult. So Kamoga, what is Kamoga as a ultimate reality? In the name of the Jeta, in the name of the Cetasika, that is a Dhamma body. For the material matters, 28 matters, that is a Dhamma body. Yeah, Dhamma body or ultimate reality. So there's no name in the Paramatha Dhamma, ultimate reality. So we need to put into one of the uh, Paramatha Dhamma. Yeah, so that is I means the as the ultimate reality. So Kamoga, what is Kamoga? Kamoga is Loba. So Loba and so Loba can be accompanied by the some Jedas. So what kind of Jedas are accompanied by Loba? So Loba, which is inherent in the eight Loba Mula Jeta, pre-rooted consciousness. So that is the uh, taken as a ultimate reality. Yeah. So Bawoga. So the same here. Yeah. Uh, if you don't remember that, you can look at this the same. Yeah. So Bawoga also Loba, but there is a two different interpretation or different methods. Yeah. So the first one is a loba of rupa bhava and arupa bhava, or rupa jhana, arupa jhana is a bhava sawa and bhavoga, the same. And every kinds of attachment to own existence, bhava nikandika tana. So it's a different, yeah. So the first one is attachment of the rupa jhana, arupa jhana, or rupa bhava, arupa bhava is a bhava sawa. So another method is the any any kind of attachment to own existence. So human being attach their own life, and even a small insect attached to their life. So that is the Bhavani Gandhika Dana is called Bhavasawa. So as the ultimate reality, uh, inherent in four greed-rooted consciousness, dissociated from realm view, is called Bhavasawa. So here also there are a lot of questions. Why? Yeah. Um, only the loba, which is inherent in four greed-rooted consciousness, not all eight. So the point is here. Yeah. The point is here. Rupa jhana, arupa jhana. Yeah. Rupa jhana, arupa jhana. And in if you don't have, if you still have the deity around you, yeah, around you, you cannot get the jhana, yeah, jhana. So that is why. But no explanation in the text, yeah. So only the only in four greed consciousness, yeah, loba in four greed consciousness dissociated from realm view is bhavasawa. So data sawa is associated with realm view, But some teachers explain that they want to separate these two. Yeah. So Bhawasawa, Loba in the Bhawasawa, uh, in the Bhawasawa, which is inherent in the four greed-rooted consciousness dissociated from realm view. Actually, it's better to say in Pali, yeah? Deity, Gata, uh, Vibhuda, yeah? Kaman, what do you?
What I do not understand, in the moment of a jhana, you
Mm,
don't anyway have a greed-rooted consciousness. So why, um, right? Or first, right? Is that's correct, right? So in the moment of a jhana, you're not
yeah,
in the greed-rooted consciousness. So it doesn't matter then whether it's with or without wrong view,
yeah,
because even people that get jhanas have other moments when they're not in the jhana with wrong view, right?
yeah, okay.
Do you understand
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
point?
yeah, yeah. I understand. I also thinking, but I follow the explanation from our teachers. But it makes me some question to me too. But
Yeah.
most of the teacher they explain the uh, we want to separate Bhawasawa and Data Data sawa from the associated with the round view, and the Bhawasawa is that. But actually, yeah, your question is right. Um, I think what I said is not correct. Sorry, Thank you, Uh, even though, even though you still have the round view, you can reach the jhana. Not like that, yeah? Yeah, that's what you mean, yeah?
I mean, in the moment of having a jhana, you're
Uh-huh.
anyway not having a loba
Mhm.
rooted consciousness. So
Mm,
it doesn't matter in a way, I guess.
mm, yeah. But it is explained in the in the books like that, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me think again, yeah, to clarify that. Sometimes at the moment I don't have an idea how to explain that, yeah. So this is the what is it? Um, we usually we usually explain in this way, yeah. So at the moment I don't have a good idea to explain that. But according to the second method or second point of view, it should be the green-rooted consciousness, which is inherent in all eight green-rooted consciousness. Is it possible? It's possible. So this one is only from we say that from the first method. Yeah. So according to the first one, only the loba, which is inherent in Greek Buddha consciousness without round view, Deity Gada Sambiyuda. Yeah, Deity Gada Sambiyuda. Sorry, Vibhuda. Yeah, Deity Gada Vibhuda. Okay, so data sawa is clear. Yeah, it's not unlike the Bawasawa. So data sawa, the taint around you, and the date toga in as a name or orga. Yeah, date toga is the flat of round you, the round you deity which is inherent. So it's a no way deity gada Vibhuda for the deity gada Vibhuda because the the name itself is a deity, yeah? So deity gada Sambayuda. So Avijja is no nothing to confuse. So that is the orga. So next is the yoga, yeah? Yoga. Uh, so here, this one to the same, only the names or the term is a different. So karma yoga, yeah? Karma yoga, the bond of sensual desire, and Bhava Yoga, the bond of existence, Deity Yoga, the bond of around you, Avijja Yoga, the bond of ignorance. So the ultimate reality, the same. So only the definition of the yoga. So when two objects are stuck together with glue, it is very difficult to separate them. Similarly, beings are bound together in the cycle of suffering or rebirths, Buddha, dukkha, by attachment, and this is why it is called yoga. So, next explanation, just as oxen are yoked to carts, beings are born in the cycle of existence, samsara. They are connected either due to causes and effect. So the first one, what is binding together? The cause and effect. Yeah, cause and effect. We accumulate actions, causes, and we get the effects and due to their association with consequences and karma. So this one also like a cause and effect. Yeah. So um, so yoga means that binding together, yeah, binding us together with cause and effect. So uh, there's no, as long as we still have this kind of karma yoga, etc., then we don't have the way out of the Buddha dukkha samsara. Yeah. Okay, so they are also linked to another life. Or next is the first is the binding as cause and effect, and second is they are also linked to another life and bound to various kinds of suffering. So life and suffering, bound together. So for this reason, it is called yoga. So as an ultimate reality, in the same way in asava, yoga. Okay. So next, the difference from the rest three, the previous three, abhijja, kaya, gandha, bodily knot of covert, cuvert, yeah, covetedness, yeah. I usually uh, pronounced wrongly, I don't know why, Only today I I look at the dictionary, I found accidentally, I always pronounce like a covetousness. Why I didn't I pronounce like that? I don't know. Not covetousness, covetousness, covetousness. I don't know. Is it correct or not? Okay. Covetous, covetousness. Okay. So bodily knot of the covetousness. Vyabhada, the bodily knot of ill will. Silabada, pramasa, the bodily knot of adherence to rites and ceremonies. Here, Silabada Brahmasa. And I look at it, this usually it is translated rites and ceremonies, yeah, but some translate as rites and rituals, yeah, but actually some wrong practice, yeah, some peculiar practice. This is the silabada, yeah, silabada, and pramasa is adherence to, yeah. Pramasa means contemplating and thinking about, yeah, focusing on as a truth, yeah, focusing this kind of rites and ritual as a truth, yeah, and that later there is some explanation. And next, very long words, Idan Saja Binivesa Kaya Gandha, yeah, Idan Saja Binivesa Kaya Gandha, the bodily knot of dogmatic belief. Actually, here you cannot find the right Pali words. Yeah, dogmatic belief. So idan saja binivesa means this alone is true. The the others are wrong. Yeah, idan saja. Idan means this alone. Saja, true. Yeah, abhinivesa is deeply contemplating or holding firmly. This is true. The rest are wrong. Yeah. But we can say that this is dogmatic belief, that this alone is the truth. Okay, so what is Ganta means? Bond or not? Um, it's like I think in Europe there is no that the ladies they don't make knot. Yeah, in Burmese lady, better nowadays only in the rural area. They made their hair uh, with the knot. Yeah, behind. But sometimes uh, sometimes above the hair, yeah, above the head, yeah, there is a knot. So when they make uh, the knot, it's difficult to separate, yeah, difficult to clear. So kanta means bond together or not, because it binds tightly without providing a way to escape. It is called ganta, bond or not. So the nature of trying together physical and mental phenomena, just like chaining one link to another, repeatedly forming bonds in samsara without release is called kaya ganta. So here, kaya does not mean only the body, yeah. But translator, I don't know how to say that bodily bond. Actually, not only the body, yeah, but also the mind, yeah. So if we say the body, the mind is uh the, there, yeah. So bodily bond or bodily knot. So it is called the kaya ganta. So as long as this kind of bond still exists in the five aggregates, our five aggregates. So then we will not escape from the samsara. So next, alternatively, it is called Kaya Ganda because it binds together the present physical body and mind, Paccuppanna Rupa Kaya and Paccuppanna Nama Kaya. Yeah, Nama Kaya with the future physical and mental bodies, Anagata Rupa Kaya and Anagata Nama Kaya. So that is why it is called the Kaya Ganda. So the first one is the um, uh, linking, yeah, linking or making bond binding together with the um, physical and mental phenomena and the samsara, yeah, samsara. So second is the present physical body and mental body, Paccuppanna, Rupa Kaya and Nama Kaya, and the future physical and mental bodies, Anagata Rupa Kaya, Anagata Nama Kaya. So that's why it is called the Ganta. Yeah. So next is uh, let's look at one by one. Abhijja Kaya Ganta. So the bodily knot of covetousness. Yeah. The Abhijja covetousness included in the immoral actions, akusala kamapata, in the Vitimoda Sangaha, yeah, in the fifth chapter, yeah, fifth chapter. So there are 10 kinds of demeritorious action, yeah. Akusala kamapata, we have already learned that, yeah. So abhijja, pyabada, mecha, deiti, yeah. So in the less group, yeah, in the less group, included in immoral actions. So that abhijja refers to extreme greed or wrongful desire for others' will or possessions. Yeah. And here, abhijja includes the desire for one's own possessions, others' possessions, whether rightfully or wrongfully obtained, and is referred to as abhijja kaya ganda. So that is the difference. Yeah. So in the fifth chapter, in the section of the demeritorious action, 10 kinds of demeritorious action, there is abhijja. So that abhijja means extreme greed or wrongful desire for others' will and possession. But here, abhijja kaya gandha, uh, any kind of desire, yeah, any kind of desire, not only one's own possession, but also others. And in the fifth chapter, in the demeritorious Abhija, must be wrongful desire. Yeah, wrongful desire for others' will. But here, any kind of desire, yeah, desire, whether rightfully or wrongfully obtained, it doesn't matter. So that's why all kinds of desire, yeah, desire here in this chapter, here in the Ganta. So any kind of desire is called the Abhija Kaya Ganta. Okay. And next, Vyabhada Kaya Ganta. So bodily knot of ill will. So this one too, the Vyabhada ill will included in the demeritorious action, Akusala Kamabata. Yeah, Kamabata refers to extreme hatred. Yeah, extreme hatred, very intense hatred or anger that desires destruction or harm to others. But here, all forms of hatred are referred to Vyabhada Kaya Gandha. Yeah, so here in the Abhija Kaya Gandha, not like a Abhija in the demeritorious action, here too the same. Vyabhada in the demeritorious action is only extreme, refers to only extreme hatred or anger. But here in this chapter, Vyabhada Kaya Gandha refers to all forms of hatred. That is the difference, yeah? Okay, so next is the Silabada Pramasa Kaya Gandha. So the people who haven't learned the Pali should always pronounce, wrongly. They don't know how to stop, yeah? They don't know how to stop, yeah? Don't know, for example, uh, silaba taparama something like that. It is wrong, yeah. So silabada pramasa, yeah, pramasa kaya gandha. So later I should make a hyphen, yeah, like that between. So silabada pramasa kaya gandha, the bodily knot of adherence to rites and ceremonies or rites and rituals. So what is rites and rituals? The definition is not very easy to say, yeah? Rites and ritual is some tradition, some culture, or some custom, yeah, that some people are doing. But here it's not like that, yeah? The belief that erroneous practice such as imitating the behaviors of dogs. So in the scriptures, in the text, Buddhist text, there was some people who live as a dog. They eat as a dog. They sleep as a dog. So, and also some people they behave like a cow, real cows. Yeah. So the cows sleep in the in the mat, yeah, muddy, yeah, place. So that such this kind of person, they trying to stay in the mat like a cow. Yeah, so similar beings. So this kind of erroneous practice. So better not only practicing this kind of peculiar practice, yeah, peculiar things, but also they believe they believe this practice will lead them to liberation from samsara. Yeah. So this belief leads to escaping from the samsara. So they believe like that. So this belief here, Silabada Pramasa. Yeah, Silabada Pramasa. Is called the Silabada Pramasa Kaya Gandha. So but we can understand in this way too. There are some people, yeah, but I don't know a lot in the other countries, but in Myanmar, some people practice like um how to say they they believe that chanting this stanza, yeah, chanting only recitation of this stanza may lead to the nibbana. But that stanza is not s- a stanza taught by the Buddha. This is not in the Tipitaka Buddhist teaching, but long maybe I don't know. There's a we cannot. This is Pali. It looks Pali, but there is no meaning. Yeah. So this kind of belief too. So they do that all the time. They're chanting. They don't know the meaning of it of that stanza too. So this kind of practice also may be included in the Silabada Brahmasa, round practice, right?
And if the chants are in the book in the Tipitaka, um, and they really strongly believe that by reciting it they will reach Nibbana, then it's also wrong view, right? Because it's not about reciting the text, it's about understanding the text. Or am I? Because I thought about that in Thailand they do a lot of ceremonies, and if you really believe
Yeah, yeah.
that the ceremony, I don't know, how do you think about that?
Yeah. But the Thai Buddhism is something, they the people also follow a lot of like a miracle or magic. Yeah. We say the Tantra, yeah, uh, Tantra Buddhism. They wear a lot of what is it? Amban, and they believe that is it protect, the Buddha never said that yeah, as a decoration. Or if you think, oh, if I I have the how to say, I have something, yeah, I wear something that is how to say, pervaded, that is pervaded by the Buddha's virtue or something. And
Mm.
they feel I'm protected. So if they think it's okay, from a point of view, but if they believe this is the practice that leads to the Nibbana, that is wrong.
And
Yeah.
that counts also for chanting the
That-
text from the Tipitaka without understanding.
yeah. So that's we need to uh, say that two different ways. So the first is this is not the way to reach the nibbana. That is correct. It's a, but it might be a little bit support to get a concentration.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they have to understand that recitation, chanting, yeah, chanting alone may not lead you to nibbana, but by chanting all the time, even though without understanding the meaning. Yeah, without understanding the meaning, and but we have some what is it? Concentration, some peace of mind. So then
Mhm.
that peace of mind may lead us to some higher stage of the concentration. So if they understand that, no problem, I think. Some Patana, even though I have learned, but we in the Burmese examination, we didn't learn all the, what is it, all the Abhidhamma Pitaka, not finished, yeah? So even the Tipitaka Searo, do you know Tipitaka Searo, if I say that? Huh? Comment, Tipitaka Sero means in Myanmar, the highest examination, they have to learn by heart. And out of the 40 Tipitaka books, 40 texts, they have to learn by heart. Huh? What is, what happened? I cannot write. I don't, okay, now. So out of the 40, 20 books, they learn by heart.
Ooh.
20 books. It's like a miracle. I cannot imagine that how they can learn by heart. But one of the Tipitaka Sayadaw, yeah, so he said it's very easy for him to learn by heart 20 books. 20 books. Okay, anyway. Uh, so even the Tipitaka Sayadaw, they didn't learn all books, yeah, all books, but the meaning and the essence, they have to learn all the Tipitaka. So for me, in my highest examination in Myanmar, no, in my, yeah, I have a Dhammacharya, like a BA, yeah, like a BA bachelor degree. So in that examination, we haven't learned all the seven Abhidhamma books. So anyway, that's why I don't understand everything the Abhidhamma. So that even though sometimes I make chanting. So if I chant, if I recite, make a recitation, I feel peaceful. You know, the more I find the deep and profound teachings, the more I admire the Buddha. Yeah. So he alone can teach this kind of teachings. I cannot understand very well. So then I admire him a lot. So then I got peace of mind. So if they understand in this way, recitation alone cannot lead to the Nibbana, but it might be a support,
Mhm.
yeah, to get concentration. Maybe sometimes if I recite, because of the peace of the mind, I understand a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't understand. So a moment ago, and at the moment I don't have an idea. But sometimes if I think uh, again and again, so then I got the answer. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so Silabada Pramasa. Silabada Pramasa. But and also, some people think I'm not saying good or bad of other religion. Some uh, people from other religion, they think by worshiping the God, they will reach to the heaven or something like that. But the whole life they are doing like that, go to church or religious place, and then they kneel down and asking the heaven, something like that. They think this kind of behavior or this kind of practice may lead to the complete liberation from the samsara. This one also might be silabada pramasa kaya gandha. Yeah. Okay, so next is the Idam Sajja Biniwesa. Yeah. Uh, okay. So here too, Idam Sajja Biniwesa Kaya Kanda. The bodily knot of dogmatic belief that this alone is the truth. The strong attachment to the belief that one's own view, yeah, one's own view is correct while the other views are wrong. It's called Idan Saja Biniwesa Gaya Ganda. So what is the difference? The Silabada Brahmasang and Idan Saja Biniweta. And although Silabada Brahmasa is a wrong belief, yeah, so this one also wrong belief, this one also wrong, it does not involve extreme attachment or rejection of others' views. Yeah. So this one is not a wrong view. And this one is not only it is a wrong view, but also very extreme attachment to his own view and rejection of others' view. So in contrast, Idan Saja Biniwesa involves strong attachment to the belief that only one's own view is correct, while other views are wrong. Therefore, in the Nikibaganda, it is stated that all other wrong views, apart from Silabada Brahmasa, are called Ijan Saja Biniwesa. So, um, so both, yeah, both are wrong view, But the Idan Saja Biniwisa is extreme attachment to his wrong view and rejection of others' views. Right? So, okay. Um, but not the this is just a we interpret differently, yeah, regarding this, but not Abhidhamma as a Abhidhamma I don't know how to say that in English. Idan Saja Biniwesa is regarded very extreme, yeah, and also it is very harmful round view, yeah. So Silabada Brahmasa, okay, he is practicing as a dog. It's not harmful to others. And it's not dangerous, dangerous ideas, yeah. So he is behaving as a calm, no problem, you know. It's a freedom. Yeah, it's a freedom. It's a free to do, yeah. So Silabada Brahmasa is not dangerous to the society, but the Eden Saja Biniwisa is very dangerous. No, I alone is correct. Your ideas, your attitudes, your practice are wrong. That is very dangerous to the world. Now this is a very hot topic in the US. It's Charlie Cup, yeah, that's as is stated. But it's not. Uh, there are many thousands of people. They are happy to see his death. It's not good. That is at the point. But they said like maybe the Charlie God has this kind of it has such a many ways. Now I'm blaming. I'm not blaming him. Just viewing from the outside. Yeah. So Eden such a winner. My idea is right. The rest must be destroyed. Yeah. So that is very dangerous. So anyone can have different beliefs. Yeah. Is a true Muslim or true Christian, no problem. Yeah. They can practice with their own belief, but don't say others are bad. So Eden Saja Biniwesa is like that. What is what is in the chat? Didn't the Buddha say this is the only way? Uh, okay. But okay, so it is the right way. The Buddha said that there is only one way to go to the Nibbana. Yeah. But you can test yourself. Yeah. You can test it. You know, this kind of practice is easy to understand, but some practice too. So that's why I don't say, other religious beliefs around. Or I always, you know, uh, careful, yeah, careful about that. When I have the religious dialogue, I never say good or bad of other religions, just explaining, you know. So, but the Buddha say there is only one way. This is the truth. Yeah. So in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, there is only one way, no other way. Yeah. It's to get nibbana. Yeah. But not only nibbana, but also to relieve suffering, physical and mental, to release from the suffering, physical suffering, mental suffering, something like that. Yeah. Okay, so Idan Saja Biniwesa is we say is very dangerous, yeah. But if you understand that it's the wrong way, we don't need to say it is the wrong way, yeah. But I remember in the inter-religious dialogue, um, we made an once in 3 months. So that's why all the pastor and people from the other Islam and Hindu, we became as a friends, yeah, as a friends. So then I made a joke, and they always they told me they used that joke from me, Uh, hey, here in this room, only one will be reborn in heaven after death. Hey, why? We are good people, they said. Uh, no, according to the scriptures. According to the scriptures, you know, um, the Muslim always confirm that the people who don't believe Allah will go to hell, not allowed to go to heaven. But Christian also states that if you want to go to heaven, there is only one way through Jesus Christ. So if you don't believe that Jesus Christ, there is no way to go to heaven. In Hindu, the people must believe the Brahma, the creation of the Trinity of the Brahma. So if not, there's no possibility to go to heaven. But Hindu is some teachings are a little bit different from the Christian and Islam. Yeah, um, in Hinduism, there are some uh, they believe partially believe in the karma theory. Yeah, karma theory. So anyway, so I made a joke. So then they enlightened. They say, "Hey, okay, yeah, yeah. Who will go to hell or who will go to heaven?" This is for sure according to the text. But don't I say that? Don't worry. According to the Buddha's teaching, we all are possible to go to the Deva realm celestial beings as long as you are good. You are doing the good deeds. So that's why the the Buddhism from this perspective, Buddhism is a very unique, yeah, unique. So even if uh, a person is believe in the God or Jesus Christ or Muhammad or better, if as long as he is doing good deeds, helping the society and sharing morality, so this kind of good deeds will bring him to the celestial being, the better not heaven, not like the heaven in other scriptures. Okay, so. So don't worry. Don't worry if you don't believe in creation or God, but depends on our actions, good actions. Okay, anyway, so that is a difference. Silabada Brahmasa and Idan Saja Biniwesa. And next is Upadana. Yeah, Upadana, Kamu Padana, clinging to sensual pleasure. Detu Padana, clinging to wrong view. Silabatu Padana, the clinging to rites and ceremonies. Adawadu Padana, the clinging to a doctrine of self. Yeah. So the first one, Kamu Padana, the clinging to sense pleasures. Yeah, sense pleasure. When the snake, so this explanation you can see in the Abhidhamma Vibhavini Tika. Yeah. So I made some points, some explanation from there. When the snake catches the frog, it holds on tightly without letting go. This is the nature of the snake, And I saw this a snake is catching the frog. The snake catch very tiny parts of the frog, yeah, from behind, but never letting go. So a bit by a bit by bit, finally swallow all the frog. The snake is very small compared to the frog. The frog is bigger, yeah, in size, but slowly, then swallow the entirely. So that's why maybe this always, when we talk about the Upadana, it's this analogy is used. And when the snake catches the frog, it holds on tightly without letting go. Similarly, clinging intensely or obsessively to the object is called Upadana, clinging. The Tanha and Upadana, sometimes you may see the difference. Yeah. Tanha is an ordinary, normal, what is it? Craving. Yeah. Craving, but Upadana is more intensely, more obsessively. Yeah. Clinging to the object. It is Upadana. So the intense craving associated with sensual pleasure is referred to as Kamupadana. As an ultimate reality, greed, lobha, which is inherent in the eight greed consciousness, Kamupadana. And next is a Silabadu Padana, clinging to rites and ceremonies. So this one also, here, Silabada Brahmasa. Silabada Brahmasa, it is a practicing uh, uh, like cons or dogs. It's a just practicing. But the Upadana, it reached to the level of the Upadana, is intensely clinging. It's very, very difficult to lose or letting go. Yeah. So it's a Silabadu Brahmasa, so clinging to rites and rituals. The mistaken belief that liberation from cycle of existence, samsara, can be achieved through practice, yeah, such as behaving like a dog or cow. It's called the Silabadu Brahmasa. Silabadu Padana. Okay. And Atta Wadu Padana. Atta Wadu, Atta Wadu Padana, the clinging to a doctrine of self, the erroneous belief that self exists is called Adawadu Padana. So, according to the Buddhist teaching, there is no self inside. So only the cause and effect, yeah, cause and effect, mind and matter, yeah, the process of the mind and matter exists. There is no self who is commanding what to do, to do good deeds or to do wrong, uh, evil deeds. There's no one who is commanding, yeah, managing in our body. So only five aggregates, only the physical and mental process exist. Yeah. So that is the Buddhist teaching. But Adawadu Bharana, there is a self. Yeah. In some Indian ideology, there is a self. So if someone is doing good deeds, the self is doing good deeds. And if someone is doing bad deeds, don't blame that person. There is a self inside. Yeah. So that self is doing that. And also in the Hinduism, so their target is that they believe that everybody has self inside. So the purpose of doing good deeds is to reunite with the Brahma. Yeah. So small self and the biggest self of the Brahma. So to reunite with the Brahma. So that is their purpose. Yeah. So, but the Buddha said there is no self. But this one not very easy. Yeah, to discuss. It's uh, even the Rhys Davis. Rhys Davis, Mrs. Rhys Davis. So who translates the Buddhist text a lot that she said she according to her point of view, so there is a self. There is, even though she read a lot, but maybe uh that's why I say the very difficult. There is a self, but um it's not like in uh other beliefs like uh Hinduism or something like that. Yeah, self refers to the personality or I don't know. Yeah, it's a very difficult, very difficult. Okay, so but according to the Buddha, there is no self who is managing. We need that phrases. Yeah, we need to modify that. So according to the Buddha's teaching, there is no self. That's not enough. Who is managing? Who is commanding what to do? Yeah. So the self must be like that. But normally we say the I myself, I, we. Yeah. That self is exit. Yeah. I I'm uh you can see me because I exist. So but according to the Atta Wada, yeah, there is no I or there is no you, no we or something like that. But ordinarily we say that I'm standing, yeah, I'm saying. So that I, that self exists, but there is no such a self who is commanding what to do. So we need to define that, yeah. So that's why some people say that hey, there is no I, no we. What is that? But according to the Adawada, yeah, doctrine of self, Nadawada, yeah, doctrine of non-self, there is no I, yeah, from that point of view. But ordinarily, or what is it? Um, conventional truth. Yeah, conventionally there is I, you. Yeah, don't worry, you stay up, exit. Conventionally, not ultimate as a ultimate reality. Okay, so Adawadu Padana, a person who holds the view of Adawadu Padana cannot understand the characteristic of non-self. It's a very deep and profound, but it's very nice and beautiful to understand. Yeah, when you practice the vipassana. Yeah, sometimes when you practice the vipassana as a anatta, so we look the anatta from this perspective. Like it's beyond mind control. Beyond mind control. So I cannot control anything. Sometimes we need to hold our age. Yeah, we need to hold our beauty. Young, yeah, being young, youths, but we cannot. And also, we don't want the disease, yeah, to have a disease, but we may we may have something like that. So another is it is out of beyond our control. So another. So if there is a self who can control, so then we can take hold of our youth level, our health or something like that. And also other possession. Yeah. Okay. So next, the last one is a day two badana. All other mistaken views aside from the ones mentioned above. So this one, yeah, are called the day two badana. So here in Ubarana, Kamuparana Loba. Yeah. Kamuparana Loba, Silabdu Barana, Deity, Adawadu Barana, Deity. Sorry, Deitu Barana, Deity. So when the Buddha mentioned the uh, deity in uh, three names, yeah. So the use of various names to explain in a single form around you is due to different modes of attachment to the round view. So that is, I write it as it is explained in the Tika, yeah, sub-commentary. Okay, so as an ultimate reality, it is not difficult. So the deity, yeah, which is inherent in the four Griruda consciousness associated with round view is Silabadu Parana, Adawadu Parana, Deitu Parana. Okay, so we'll continue Nivarana next week. Um, can I continue the our class next week, Saturday? Is it okay? Because after next week, 2 weeks, I may be on the way.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will continue and then we stop another 2 weeks. Yeah. So we'll have class next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
Okay. See you later. Good night.
Thank you a lot.
Good night. Yeah.